Black men are turning their anger and frustrations on their own mothers. Do you know what matricide is? Matricide is maternal homicide. It means that a man unalives his own mother. We are seeing a rise in matricide amongst black men. That's right, black men are harming, assaulting, and unaliving their mothers. I have a good reason why we are seeing a rise in this behavior. Most of these women that are raising these black men, these boys, are narcissists, whether they're covert narcissists or sociopaths. A narcissistic mother will not want her son to have his own identity. So therefore, he becomes an extension of his mother. She controls everything he does, every aspect. And in the process, she will abuse him some sort of way. Now, abuse comes in many different ways. She may beat him and bully him like a man. And that in itself creates anger and resentment built up inside of a boy. He's trained and taught to be loyal to his mother, but because she is beating him and assaulting him, he will have this hidden hatred and resentment towards her, and it builds and builds into his teenage years until he becomes an adult. And, 9 times out of 10, he'll end up in prison for harming someone because he does not know how to handle his anger, which is rooted back to his mother. Other forms of abuse, let's see, she can spoil him. His mama don't have to lay a finger on him or assault him, but if she spoils him and babies him, then she will create a monster, a very spoiled, entitled monster. Okay, buying him toys, the flyest clothes, Jordans, and like treating him in a sense like a son husband. Okay, so what happens when he grows up and he's super spoiled because his mommy spoiled him? He will expect every woman to spoil him. Yeah, it's going to be so much entitlement. He's going to just expect it, and he's going to have many failed relationships behind this behavior. Other forms of abuse, mothers absolutely can sexually molest their sons, and it happens a lot, more than we like to admit. Or mom does not protect him from another abuser in the family, whether it's her husband, a stepfather, foster parent, a babysitter, somebody in the family, aunt, uncle, whoever, does something to him, and he blames his mother for not protecting him. And another form of abuse that mom could do is running the streets, disappearing, neglecting him, leaving him home alone for several hours every day, or just dumping him off on his grandparents. He never sees his mom, whether she's working 2 12-hour shifts or whether she's just running the streets and doing drugs. Mom is absent. And that is abuse. Emotional neglect and abandonment is abuse. And he will resent her for that. And he will grow up with those resentment issues towards his mother. These types of mothers who are highly narcissistic, they do not give their sons a sense of being individualized. Okay, their sons will never have an identity outside of their mother. They think they do, but they're deeply enmeshed. She has her hooks into her son. She's deeply programmed her son to not make any moves without her authority. He thinks his mother is not in control of him, but she is controlling. Let me tell you something. It's deeply embedded. That's why these men, they have this hidden resentment and hatred towards mom, but they won't cut her off. Ladies, how many of y'all got with a man and he confessed to you his hatred for his mother? That hatred is real. But what happened the more that you got deeper into the relationship and you got to see his mother and how trifling she was? What happened in the end? He didn't cut her off, right? As poorly, as bad as he talked about his mother, he never cut her off. What happened was he ended up using his mom to help him cover up his crimes. His mother was cool with the side chick. His mother knew that he was cheating on you behind your back. His mother helped him go to court and lie and testify against you to stop you from getting a restraining order. Or she helped her son lie, knowing you're trying to get child support and custody. She's actually lying and being a witness to help her son beat you, even though she knows her son is wrong. These types of mothers, they play this love-hate game with their sons. They're very passive aggressive. She knows her son ain't about shit. She knows her son is toxic and an abuser. She'll even sit up with you and act like she's a loving mother-in-law and tell you, you know, my son get on my nerves, my son this, I know he's terrible, blah, 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 blah. But she will play you against her son. You know, the trick is to always have some sort of control over her son and to not allow him to get too far. He can run away from mom, but not too far. Mom will always have control over him. It's programmed deeply in subconsciously. No matter where he goes in life, mom will have this stronghold on him. That's why these men do not cut their mamas off and go to therapy and get healing for their mother wounds. They just transfer the mother wounds into their romantic relationships, and they bully and punish their girlfriends, their wives, their baby mothers. We pay the price for the shit that their mothers did to them. Again, this is all because mom does not individualize her son when he's a little boy. We have to individualize, which means allow your son the ability to have his own identity. Teach your son healthy boundaries. Teach your son how to handle rejection. Teach your son that you are not his woman, his wife. You are his mother. You are to nurture and protect him, but you teach him that one day he's going to fall in love with a woman and he is to treat that woman with the highest respect, even more higher than his mama. You are not his woman. You are not his wife. And individualization also means do not coddle your son. Women, they coddle their boys and they don't stop coddling. This goes on into the adult years. Mama will not take her titty out of her boy's mouth, but she'll give her daughters hell. She will have her daughters working, breaking their backs, babysitting at an early age. She does her daughter dirty. Now she knows how to individualize her daughter and bully her daughter and put her daughter up to working hard and breaking her back. And her daughter's going to college. The son ain't got to go to college, but the daughter got to go to college. The son ain't got to work and pay bills, but the daughter got to work and pay bills. We're so hard on our girls and easy on the boys, and it's mama's fault. And the type of woman that raises this type of boy is a narcissist. There are so many women that are covert narcissists pretending to be good moms, and they're not. And they're behind closed doors, babying and coddling their sons. And then their sons grow up to be fucked up human beings, abusing women and children. And then what's happening right now is women are not having it anymore. Women are not tolerating this bad behavior. These men expect us to tolerate their behavior and baby and coddle them. They expect us not to give them consequences for their bad behavior because mom never gave them consequences. But women are not taking the shit no more. So now the man has to deal with his own demons. He has to face himself in the mirror and he's angry. And he has to turn that anger on somebody. Who else is left in the picture? His mother. Y'all be blessed. I'm telling you, we're going to see a rise in men flipping out on their mothers and harming their mothers because women will not tolerate the bullshit anymore. Women are not allowing themselves to get pregnant anymore. We're not getting married. We're getting divorced. We don't even want to deal with men. So they're angry because they're losing control over us, and they're going to blame their mothers for setting them up to fail. They're going to realize that mama set them up. Mama did not allow them to have their own identity. Mama was controlling them and setting them up for failure. They're going to get mama. Mama going to get it in the end. Watch what I tell y'all. Watch how the rate of men unaliving their mothers rise. I'm telling you.